Here for Centrum team selection with John Longmire. John, what are the changes for Thursday night's match with Geelong?
Just the one change. Out of the team goes Brandon Jack, and coming back into the team after missing the Essendon game is Benny McLean.
Given his great form before the bye, it must be really good to get Benny back in the team.
Yes, it is. It's good to get him back in the team. He's been a consistent player for us all season, and to get him back in, he's really hard at the ball, he's quick, and they're the sort of players you need against Geelong in particular.
And 5 wins before the bye and some really good form. How did the boys benefit from the bye, and what did they get up to leading into this match?
Well, I guess the benefit we're not sure until we get into the coming week's games. But we had a couple of days off after the Essendon game, and then jumped straight back into it. Trained over the weekend, leading into the Thursday night game. So we had a really good hit out, and have had 3 or 4 good training sessions. So prepared well, but it's all about actions now. We hit the Cats, and hopefully our preparation's right and our mental state's right as well.
And coming up against Geelong, you had a good win over North Melbourne and then a short turnaround leading into this week's game. What are you expecting from them?
Well, we expect what they've been putting up for 10 years. They're just a consistent team that has great leaders and terrific young players coming through their system. We really respect Geelong on and off the field. They're a fantastic football club, and we've had some good battles with them, but they do a lot of things right, and we expect they'll do what they do every other week, which is turn up and compete really hard for 4 quarters, and our players are fully aware of that, and looking forward to that challenge.
And they do have a very talented side with some senior players and younger players doing really well. What have you made of the form of guys like Joel Selwood and Jimmy Bartel, who are, I guess, getting a little bit older but still starring out there?
Yeah, well, they're just they're massive competitors, and whether it's Selwood or Bartel or James Kelly, those blokes lead the way through their actions, and they're just huge competitors, and you know what they're going to get every time they run down the race, and it's probably the highest compliment you can get as a footballer, is being consistent week in, week out, and in the really competitive aspects of AFL football, and those blokes set a good example, and our senior players have been setting good examples as well, so there's no doubt that the midfield battle in particular will be a big one.
And Tom Hawkins has been pretty massive this year as well, and has really been a dominant forward for them. Who's likely to spend some time on him?
Well, Teddy Richards and Heath Grundy are our key defenders, and there's no doubt that both of them will get turns at Tom Hawkins as well. He's probably the key power forward in the competition at the moment, the way he's playing. He's such an important player, he's such a big presence in their front half, and if he gets too much of the quality ball that Geelong can give to him, it makes it difficult no matter who's on him. So our pressure up the ground's got to be good, and it needs to be. Geelong are the #1 tackling team in the competition as well, so they put pressure on, and we need to match them in that area to make sure that he doesn't get too much supply.
And Thursday night footy at the SCG, you're expecting a big crowd, and it's of course the opening round of Indigenous Round as well. How big are you expecting the game to be?
Oh, it is a big game. It's terrific to be able to kick off Indigenous Round. We feel very fortunate to be in that position for both teams to be able to kick off Indigenous Round here at the SCG on a Thursday night. It's fantastic. There should be a big crowd, great atmosphere, and 2 good teams, I hope, going at it as hard as they can. So everything is pointing towards a big game, and we just know we'll have to be at our best if we're going to get over the Cats.